thank you for allowing all of us here to awake this morning to an important week in Christianity, particularly as Christians around the world get ready to celebrate Holy Week. And so we thank you for that opportunity and for that gift that you gave us many, many years ago. Be with us today as we act on county business. Thank you for allowing us to live in the United States of America, still one of the greatest places in the world to live. Thank you for the many blessings that you give us each and every day. In thy name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we get started, Scott, can you give us a quick update on our tech problem here?
Yes, in the world of ever-changing cloud software, Zoom has apparently pushed an update to us over the weekend. Was not announced, and it's removed the live stream capability from our systems. So this morning we have the full meeting as normal. It's just not able to be live streamed to YouTube until we figure out what Zoom's changed and how to overcome that. So that's where we're at.
Okay. So the folks are watching live on Zoom, but the live stream on YouTube is not currently working. But we are recording, and it will be posted to our YouTube channel.
Yep. We'll put a recording in. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll try to get that fixed just as soon as humanly possible, right?
Yeah, I've got the support call already open.
All right. First up, we have the approval of minutes.
Move to approve those minutes.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes. Next up, we have the approval of payroll.
I'll make a motion to approve our payroll.
And I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes. For our weekly reports and our new permits for the week of March 23rd, we had 19 new permits issued, a fee amount collected of $3,751, and a value amount estimated at $1,537,212. That report is available in code enforcement if anybody would like to see that. First up, we have Danny Hollander, our county engineer and chief pothole filler.
Yep.
How are you, Danny?
I'm good.
Got a few things on the docket today. Why don't you go ahead and get started?
Crew report for last week. We cracked seal and Harvest Meadows, Presidential Way, and also 800 South. And we fixed the washout on 800 South and picked up corn stalks and wood that had deposited themselves on 800 South while we had it all closed and cleaned it all up. We had the dirt patcher out, fix some potholes. We picked up trash out of the right of way. We graded and put stone on the gravel, the 500 South on the gravel section of that. We mowed a ditch by on Lowell Road, and then we cleaned up trees on youth camp and worked on signs. So we did a lot of things.
Danny, a couple of us got messages from Azalea Bridge. They were thanking us for getting that road open so quickly on 800 South. But also they showed us pictures of the big log jam there. And I assume we've got more out there. And they were curious about how we go about clearing those log jams.
Yeah, basically, we got to get something that can reach down there. And,
Sherman?
No, Sherman can do it if the water level gets really high. It has to be almost over the road before he can reach it. We got to get a crane down there. and we just start picking out some of the big pieces and hope the little ones break loose and float down, but it's, they all get all tangled up in there, and it's quite a mess. But yeah, we have them there, and Southern Crossing, and probably Gladstone too. Those are three locations that get really log jammed.
Yeah, it was a pretty good size one.
Yeah.
You also had your monthly reports, your January and February financial reports. I'd make a motion, and the Feb 26 crew report. I'd make a motion that we enter those into the minutes.
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion passes. Danny, road overlay program.
Yeah, I reviewed the bids, and they were all in order, and I recommend we go with a low bid of Milestone with $1,845,702.50.
Okay. We have, just to let everyone know, we did get the official word from the state that we are going to receive that $843,500 from Community Crossings for this year. We don't anticipate getting that again, but we'll still try. And Milestone was that low bid, $1,845,702.50. So about $1 million coming out of our budget. And then we have $1.5 million from council and $500 from CDIT. So we're going to look at doing another bid.
Right.
Whenever you can get.
Yeah.
Whenever you can get at it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to wait to see if oil's going to go down, or don't really anticipate that happening anytime soon.
Well, I mean, I guess that's a decision that could affect a lot, but you don't
It's
know.
96,000 a mile.
Yeah. 50,000 a mile when I started as commissioner 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's
Gone up that much. Okay.
I'd make a motion, we go ahead and award that bid to Milestone, $1,845,702.50.
I will second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes. Next up, right after that, we have the contract with Milestone to do that very project.
Jim, have you had a chance to review that at all? You did? I'll move that we accept that, accept and enter into that contractual agreement with Milestone for overlay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes. Danny, thank you.
you brought up about bidding individual roads and all that.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, I looked at it, and Milestone won every individual road.
Okay.
Either way, so.
All right, good.
Now, we couldn't do that on
We
this
couldn't
bid,
do it,
but
but
we
they-
could on the second one if
Right.
by chance one bid was lower or whatever.
Right.
If we wanted to split them up like that, when it's
Question
just our money. We have a question?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Danny, you were finished with him, right?
Mhm.
A very unusual question here. Last week I went out on Georgetown Road at the church. So we have something extremely, extremely unusual that has happened. There are two beautiful little churches, little chapels out on Georgetown Road in Harrison Township, probably, a mile from the county line. But one of the churches, and I think we all understand the reasons, they've sold the property, and they sold it to an individual who I think is living there in the church.
I don't know if he's living there, he's converting it into a house,
Okay.
one way, or if he's living there
And,
year round.
and you have a cemetery right next to the church.
On the same property.
On the same property, on the same side of the road. The other church, the cemetery's on the other side of the road. So anyway, there's a small little parking area where you can pull off the road right in front of that chapel, and people could go in and see take care of the graves, whatever they might want to do. And it's an old cemetery. I don't know, Tina, do we know when the last person was buried in that cemetery?
2005.
Okay, 2005. But we've got the problem now where an individual has purchased that property with an existing cemetery. And the individual has spray painted, there's a concrete wall 3 to 5.5 feet tall that berms that bank. And it's obvious he doesn't want anybody going on that property. He has even taken fence posts, and they're about 2 feet off the edge of the county road, and driven fence posts every 8 or 10 feet to keep people from pulling in there and parking. I guess my question, and it's kind of a legal, I don't know where the state of Indiana stands on cemeteries and what happens when somebody purchases a property with an existing cemetery on it. But I do have a question about the metal stakes. It's a hazard with those metal fence posts that close to our county road. I'm feeling like we need to remove them.
It's off the right of way.
Those are off the right of way. There's no
That,
way.
that curve in that road has kind of made that road a little wider there.
Okay, so it's moved.
And our right of way was pretty minimal anyway
Okay.
through that section. There's never been any right of way dedication.
Well, if
so,
it's off of our right of way, then
I mean,
there's nothing.
it's right there, but it's off our right of
Private
way.
property.
Does setback not go into effect? Do we not have a setback in the county?
But a setback usually applies for a building.
Construction, a fence would be,
Yeah, I don't know. And you, so anyway, anybody, Tina, anyone else have any thoughts or comments about it? Were you all aware of it? I've
But
gotten,
what I heard is he's tired of messing with the people and he's going to put it up for sale. But
oh, he's gonna put it up for sale.
that's what I heard. He was tired of dealing with all the backlash. for it.
people want to go and give their respects to their buried family. I don't see how you keep somebody out from that.
I might buy it. But
Good
you
luck
ought to
to you.
give the cemetery to the trustee. I mean, the trustee has a responsibility to take care of cemeteries within their township. One of the good things that a trustee does. Okay,
Yeah,
I just
that's
wanted
what
to
you
bring
ought
it
to
up.
do. You ought to buy it, and
Yeah,
give
but
the
somebody-
cemetery to the trustee.
Yeah, that's what I think ought to happen.
That's what ought to happen.
That's what should happen. And then if somebody wants to, now the negative is it's close to the church. It's pretty close. I don't know how close the first grave is to the church, but it's not hundreds of feet. It's 50, 60 feet maybe from the house or from the church.
Interesting issue.
Anyway, I just wanted to bring it up and see if but you answered my question about the fence posts.
Yeah.
They're off, boy, they are right on the edge of the road, but the road has moved over the decades.
Right.
And it's an outside curve, so you're gonna push it to the northwest, and that's what has happened. Probably, might be 15 or 20 feet that it's moved over the
Yeah,
last century and a half.
It gets pushed that way as it gets.
Kind of like a river. Okay, that was a good answer.
Danny, thank you. Anybody have questions for Danny? All right, thank you.
I driving here, I noticed they were tearing down the old garage.
Oh,
Yeah. Saw that this morning.
next up, we have a consideration of a letter of approval for the 2027 Community Corrections Grant application to the Indiana Department of Corrections. Brad Barnes, but I believe we have Stacy here this morning. Stacy Harry, good morning.
Good morning.
Just got hired and thrown to the wolves already.
I am. So I am here to ask for your support. I am currently writing 2 grants for the Department of Corrections. One specifically for community supervision and the other for our residential work release program.
Okay. This is our annual grant application to the Indiana Department of Correction. Letter of approval from the commissioners is required. Commissioners, do you have any thoughts on this?
Nope, we've done this a few times.
I'd make a motion, we go ahead and submit this letter of approval from our office for these, for this grant.
I will second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes. Stacy, thank you.
Thank you.
Again, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Next up, we have a consideration of an agreement between the trustees of Indiana University and Bartholomew County Health Department Nursing Division. Amanda Organist, are you with us today?
I am. Good morning.
Good morning, Amanda. What's going on?
Well, this is just a renewal agreement
you.
between us. Can you hear me? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Between us and IU of Columbus for their nursing program. So we can be a clinical site, and so the nursing students just rotate through the health department.
Amanda, is that the same IU that's the national football champions? That's,
I believe it could be.
explain that to us here. That is the same
You're
Indiana
asking the wrong
University.
person to explain
I
sport.
just wanted to make that, wanted to kind of emphasize that.
All right,
Yeah.
this is something we do every year with the health department and the Indiana University for their nursing students.
I
Yes,
don't know if it's
that's correct.
every 4 years?
It
It is a 4-year agreement. Sorry, we do it every 4 years. This will run April 9th, 2026 through April 9th, 2030.
I'd make a
And we
motion
really
to go
enjoy
ahead.
having them.
I'd make a motion we go ahead and enter into this agreement with the trustees of IU for this collaboration with our health department.
I will second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes. Just a quick aside, man, Purdue played a great first half of basketball the other night. But Arizona was on a different level in that second half. We got 2 Big Ten teams left in the Final Four, so let's go on that. Anyway, all right, thank you, Amanda.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, next up we have Rich Day, our Parks Director, with a few items.
Morning, Rich.
Morning, everyone.
Morning, Rich. All right.
Okay, we have a few contracts, renewals, and changes. The first one we got up is a contract agreement between Buffy Perry and Suki Perry to be the host of management at Heflin Park.
Okay. This is an agreement you have during the season.
Yes,
You
sir.
have someone stay out there through the year and they kind of manage it and
Yep.
host it and
We've,
deal with people that are
We've kind of
camping.
changed that name to host instead of manager.
Okay.
That's really what they are.
All right.
So
You know, we have, Tony, I might add, just for clarification, we have a Bartholomew County Park Board that's a very active entity. And they manage and operate, maintain all of our county parks. And today, all of these items that we're going to deal with, the Park Board has already approved them and entered it, and we legally, years ago, we didn't sign any of these. They would sign it. But, and then that was good enough. But by statute, the commissioners are the only ones that can enter into a contract.
correct.
So technically, we need to approve these agreements, but they've already been,
They've already been put through the board, put in record
Yeah.
through the board. The contracts are signed by the president and or vice president of the board, as well as yourselves.
right. And so I just wanted to point that out. I
Okay,
mean, and
this
they
is
do a
with-
lot of work toward this.
Yeah, they do. This is with Buffy and Suki Perry
Correct.
for the supervision and hosting at Heflin Park, term March 5th, 2026 through November 8th, 2026. So it's for one season.
I'll make a
cost-
motion that we enter into that agreement. I'm sorry to interrupt you,
Okay,
Tony.
no, it's all right.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. The cost is $10,153, paid in 5 installments.
And this is, just for the record, is a budgeted items.
Yes,
All these
yeah,
items.
right.
I'm surprised we can do it for that, quite honestly.
It's a lot of work.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion passes. Next, Rich.
The next one is for a contract agreement between Tabitha Fish and the Park Board for the 2006 management of Dunn Stadium. Again, it's a $7,700, and it's paid in 5 installments for the management of Dunn Stadium. Essentially, it's the hours I'm not available.
And this is they run the tournaments on the
run the
weekends.
tournaments,
This
yes.
is all those sorts of things.
They
Whatnot.
essentially after 5 o'clock during the week and then the weekends.
Okay.
I'd make a motion we enter into that agreement with Tabitha Fish for $7,007.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion passes. Rich?
And then the next one is also for Tabitha Fish. She's kind of our liaison to the board for helping with certain areas that the board has trouble with. This is split between that and Dennis Pierce. Just extra items that come up throughout the year they take care of.
let's kind of do those together. So you have a contractor agreement between Tabitha Fish. You have an additional agreement between the Parks Board and Dennis Pierce.
Yes.
They are independent coordinators to perform inspections of all parks and make recommendations to the Park Board for any vandalism and maintenance issues. These run March 5th through December 31st, and or until either party terminates. It's $1,750 per year.
Yes,
Let's consider those together.
I'll make a motion that we approve those two contractor agreements.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those
Rich, the park number, how many do we have now?
13.
13 parks.
Yes, sir.
13 parks.
Yep.
See, and that's, $1,750. That's, okay.
Okay, we have one more contract.
Yes, it's for this area. The last one is to run the concessions for Dunn Stadium. How that works is they pay the board back to us. They pay 15% of the top line.
So this is actually a lease agreement with Tabitha Fish and the Parks Board. She will run the concessions area, and the Park Board will receive 50% of all gross receipts. But she pays for everything.
Correct.
It's her investment.
Yes.
We're essentially getting at 15% of all gross receipts as a lease.
An example is we did $8,000 this weekend for Saturday and Sunday for concessions, which is a great weekend.
Yeah, that was the revenue, or that's what we received?
No, that was the total they did this weekend.
Okay. Who bankrolls the inventory?
They do.
She does, okay.
I'd make a motion. We enter into that lease agreement with Tabitha Fish. Specifications just specified.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion passes. All right, Rich, one more.
Yes, sir. Aquatics Control, I'd like to renew their yearly contract to take care of the pond at Heflin Park for $2,480. They do a really, really good job.
Aquatic Control Incorporated out of Seymour.
Yes.
This is for a monthly lake maintenance program for algae and weed treatments and to control nuisance vegetation at Heflin Park. And I could say you've used them for several years.
Now. Yes, and they adjust as needed. Like one year, pin roast started popping up on us real bad, and we never had a problem with it before. They rolled it into the contract.
Okay.
Took care of it.
I'd make a motion, we enter into that agreement with Aquatic Control out of Seymour, and the amount's $2,480.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion passes.
Thank you,
Rich,
gentlemen.
thank you very much.
Question about the pond.
Yes.
What's the deepest point in that pond? Do you know?
Yeah, the middle is right around 15 feet now.
Is it that deep? Okay.
Yeah, but it's probably getting to the point where we might have to dredge it.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking.
I've already kind of started looking into it because it does need to be done soon.
Any good fish in there?
Yeah, it actually is. We're putting a fish bedding area in. Took a course on pond management and freebie, and we're going to put some. We took some rock where we tried to clear some of the area from Owens Bend for the dock. We took that back up there, and we put that down, and it's a great bedding area for fish.
Yeah, good.
All right, thank you, Rich.
Thank you, Rich.
Okay, next up would normally be Rick Trimpe, but he's a little under the weather today, so he's not here. This is a consideration of an annual preventative maintenance agreement with the Tower Clock Company for our 150-year-old clock in the clock tower of the courthouse. This is with the Tower Clock Company out of Charleston, Ohio. Phil Wright, he's been handling all repairs to our courthouse clock for several years, just as an on-needed basis. But they're now offering an annual maintenance agreement on all items to help eliminate costly repairs, which often takes several months to complete. The yearly cost is $900 and is paid out of maintenance department funds.
I'll make a motion that we enter into that agreement with the Tower Clock Company $900.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing
Tony, I
none.
will add, the last time we had a repair on the clock tower, or a major repair, a few years ago, they ended up having to lathe and create the items that we needed for that old clock, because you can't
they don't
find
make 'em
parts.
anymore.
Yeah, so hired a company like a tool and die company, and they created the shafts and gears that we needed
Yep.
to keep that thing running. And I think once this year, it's been down, isn't that
It was
correct?
down
Wasn't
briefly.
it down just a little bit?
Yeah, it was down briefly,
We hear about
For
it.
an hour in March.
For an hour in
Very
March.
funny, very funny.
In November. Yeah, but we hear about it if the clock goes down, don't we, Tina?
Yep, people still depend on it. We have a motion and a second. Hearing no other discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion passes. All right, next up, we have a consideration of amendment number 1 to the Employee Benefit Trust Plan Summary Plan Description Master Plan Document. This is kind of a housekeeping issue that we are required to do because of House Enrolled Act 1044. It changes how medical coverage is handled. It adds language to our plan. It basically states that public safety employees who are disabled, who become disabled after January 2020, can elect to have coverage continue through our plan, provided they pay the premiums, and changes some language in there that was death originally, now it's disabled. The contributions would be the same as if you're still an active employee. Spouses can remain on coverage until one of the following: they're eligible for Medicare, they get remarried, or they get coverage available through employment. And dependents until coverage available through employment. Dependents can be covered until age 26 under ACA rules. The state passed this law, the governor signed it. It is law, so we need to add it to our employee benefit plan. Commissioners?
I'd make a motion, we go ahead and add this amendment number 1 to our employee benefit trust plan.
Thank you.
I'll second.
And thank you. We have a motion and a second, but there is a second piece of that, a second component. The working spouse rule itself stays the same. However, this does allow a working spouse to join our plan if the plan they have is considered substandard, with a very high deductible, very low coverages, and our plan would become secondary on our plan. So these are folks at the State House that are making changes for us. We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion passes.
Tony,
Yes.
That rule used to apply, I think, only in the case of death.
That's right.
For our emergency responders.
For their family.
Yeah, and I was actually talking to somebody over the weekend. Does anyone know, have we ever had a death in Bartholomew County? Either a police officer or firefighter? Does anyone know the answer? I don't know. I can't recall to my memory, but possibly way back when.
Well,
Yeah, right. Can happen.
but the language doesn't say on duty.
No,
So-
no, right.
So it'll be an interesting situation. Possibly could occur, but it does not specifically say while in the line of duty. So could be other ways too. We'll see how that plays out. We did vote on that, right? We did.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. Okay. Okay. Next up, we have first reading, consideration of an ordinance amending ordinance number 2021-06, an ordinance to regulate the keeping of animals and providing penalties for violations thereof. Through time, we always take a look at our ordinance to see what's up to date, what's out of date. And we were looking at this and we decided that it was time to make some changes. And so today is the first public hearing of the ordinance amendment. There will be 2 public hearings to this. Some of the key changes are we're increasing violation fines. For example, previously in 2021, I believe, we had increased all of our fines from, I think, $35 up to $100. But we feel like at this point,
And even then, Tony, if I can help you a little, even then, when we changed that, you remember much of the discussion was centered around, that's ridiculous, that somebody can have that level of event happen and the fine is $35.
right.
But,
Yeah, but that hadn't changed since
and we've
the
heard
80s.
it, and we've heard it the last several years, so.
But
go ahead.
we want to show that we take these types of things seriously. So we're changing the fine penalties. They won't all be the same. For example, a violation for an at-large dog, a noise complaint, a confinement, or trespass is going to stay at $100. But bites and injuries will go to $250. Vicious animal will go to $250. Not providing food and shelter for your animal will go to $250. Ill treatment and abandonment will go to $250. And then beating will go to $500. Confinement resulting in an injury, $500. Poisoning and death of your dog, $500. We are removing wild animal, keeping of a wild animal, the rabies at $100, and impoundment of $100, because they are all sort of self-regulating situations, and we don't deal with wild animals. Another change in the ordinance is payments of the violations given by Bartholomew County Animal Control has been extended from 5 days to 15 days. We are removing language relating to felines. Most felines picked up by animal control are feral, and feral cats are considered wildlife. And surrounding counties, including Jackson County, have already made this change. Feral cats are legally wildlife, and our animal control officers does not deal with wildlife. Ordinances with penalties must be advertised 2 times after they've been passed, 7 days apart, and then effective immediately after the second advertisement, which, if passed, would be April 15th, 2026. Ordinance amendments and changes require a public hearing, and I'll open it now for a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak to or for or against this proposed amendment. Hearing and seeing none, I'll close that public hearing. Commissioners, do you have any thoughts to share on this?
I do, Tony, just a little bit. I think part of our attempt here is, you know, we can't force people to have good behavior. Occasionally, not very often, again, 96% of our population care about their animals and use good judgment. Occasionally, someone will just do something extremely stupid, such as tie a dog outside without food and water or without shelter. It's one thing to, and those of us that have animals, you know, you let your dog out of the house, you might put her on had a running chain where I could hook my dog on the chain and she could run back and forth, but we're not concerned about that. You know, if you want to leave her out there for 3 hours and she doesn't have water, that's not what we're after. But sometimes people will actually chain a dog outside and not have any food and water for days. And we get those complaints, and our animal control officers will investigate those. And a lot of these changes are going to put more responsibility on them to actually make an assessment and make a judgment, which is difficult. But I think we're trying to send a message that is not appropriate behavior, whether it's food, shelter, ill treatment, or abandonment. The other thing is abandonment. Mm-hmm. Occasionally we have somebody that'll call and tell us, hey, well, can I just dump my dog in the county? And I'm sure the city gets that a lot, question. So if you abandon your animal, whether it's a cat or a dog, it's a $250 fine. So I think we're trying to send a message that that's not acceptable.
Well, we're really trying to.
We don't want to collect any money.
No, that's the thing is we're trying to make the owners that, and like you said, 99%. I'll go higher than 96. 99% of animal owners take excellent care of their animals and go above and beyond. But there are some that just make poor decisions. We're trying to make it so that they take these things seriously and they make better decisions. And we want to make it worth their while to make better decisions. And as Commissioner Kleinhen said, we hope we don't collect a single dime out of this, that people take these things seriously and choose to take better care of their animals.
Tony, I had one other question. Carl, please interrupt me if you want to say something. That last paragraph, it just caused a thought here in my brain. We're extending the fine payment from 5 days. The fines are to be paid in the treasurer's office. And I think it used to be within 5 days, is that correct? And now we're extending it to 15. But if payments are not made, it states that such violation may be filed with the Bartholomew County courts or any successor court. So I had a question. Instead of doing that, are we better off? Is there a way that we can put it against the property taxes of that house? I hate to create more expense by creating a court case.
Our lawyer's ears.
Pretty hard to do that when you've got renters in somebody's house.
Yeah, but you can do it. I'm approving the renter that's renting it, that's actually living in my owned house. It's still my house.
I think it's worth looking at.
Well, so for second reading, let's talk about that a little bit.
It's worth looking at.
I think it would eliminate kind of the bureaucracy and we just create more cases for our courts. And again, we're not doing it for the money. And if they choose not to pay it, the lien would stay on that property and eventually it will get paid. Or they can't sell the house until it's paid. Jim, we can talk
I will
about
look
that.
at it, but I think it's extremely problematic.
Okay, why?
Well, so you own a property, you have someone that's renting, your lease very clearly says no pets. They have one anyway. So now you're gonna hold them, the property liable for the fine for a pet they had illegally on property.
Yeah,
So
he
therefore,
owns the property.
I think you'll get some questions from the landlord association. Now you put another burden on the landlord.
Well, better the landlord than the taxpayer.
Well,
I think Judge Rhodey or one of the judges over at the courthouse could take care of those kind of cases in 5 minutes. Don't think it's a big burden.
All right, let's take a vote. Those of you in the audience, who thinks it should be slapped
hold on a
against the
second.
property?
Hold on a second. I call for the vote.
The audience has already been closed.
I've never heard of anything. I've heard of weed liens and sewer liens, but never an animal control lien.
Yeah.
And I've been at this now over 15 years, so.
Yeah. No, and it's but it's worth taking a look at, and it was worth.
You can go through small claims court.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Judge Noah currently.
Yeah. So it's worth taking a look at. Whether it could be done or not is what we like to do here, and we say this a lot. Is we like to turn over every rock to look for every solution, and some of them work, some of them don't, but we don't throw anything out on face value. We want to make sure that we're finding all the best choices. But when it does come to expense, animal control is becoming a major expense on the taxpayers. And we need to get as much control of these things as we can because it's only getting worse. Okay, we've had our public hearing. We have a motion and a second, right?
I don't know if we made a
I
motion.
don't think.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we approve these amendments on first reading.
And I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion passes. We will have this up for second reading soon. I don't know if we'll have it next week, but we'll have it soon. Do we have it scheduled for next week?
But you guys can change that.
Okay, we'll leave it as it is for now. Okay? Thank you very much for that. Next up, we have Dylan. Good morning, Dylan, our Veterans Officer. And we also have, before we have Mr. Higgins, although please come up, we have Dylan here, our Veterans Affairs Officer, to give his Veterans Monthly Report for February. And we thought it was appropriate. Yes?
Do you need copies of anything I have?
Yes, please.
Excellent.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, for the month of February, we were able to assist veterans and veteran families, 114 of them in office, breaking down to 79 appointments and 35 walk-ins. Additionally, via phone calls, we were able to assist those veterans with the number of 392 phone calls, 355 coming in, 37 going out. And a huge benefit, we were able to make 9 trips to Rowdebush and or Wakeman Clinic to get veterans to those appointments so that they get their health care. That mileage for our county van came to 941 miles in the month of February, those back and forth trips. Lastly, one thing I want to highlight is forms that we fill out in office, which is forms to apply and or assist with benefits for veterans. That number 207 total forms we were sending up to the state. So
That's outstanding.
incredible stuff.
More than 3 a day. And
Yeah,
we're helping veterans get the benefits they so rightly deserve.
Absolutely. And day by day and week by week, month by month, year by year, it's growing. Our traffic through the office has increased each month since I've been here in 2023. So
Outstanding. Thank you for that.
absolutely.
I'll make a motion that we enter that Veterans Report into the minutes.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion passes. That ends our advertised agenda. We'll now enter into the miscellaneous points, and since Mr. Higgins is here, we're going to skip this change order, and we'll do that after that for Mr. Higgins. He is Ron Higgins from the Southeast District Service Office with Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs, and you're here to talk about Senate Bill 433 as it pertains to veteran services.
Yes, that's correct.
Good morning, Mr. Higgins.
Good morning. Thank you for.
Welcome.
I have a son that is a military veteran. He is currently serving. He's also a graduate of Indiana University. I want to say something about the Indiana University. Very proud of that too. This bill will be forever called Indiana Code 10-17-1-9. The purpose of this policy is to establish comprehensive and mandatory standards for the accreditation of veteran service officers who are conducting operational business within the state of Indiana. And I've heard it said that the relationship between the IDVA and the county veteran service officer will become more like the county auditor and the state board of accounts through this. This statute sets also clear required operations for these accreditation of service officers. Service officers shall perform all functions and operations and report all information required by the State Department within the claims management system. Required functions and operations include, but are not limited to, our claims management system is our software that we use across all 92 counties, uniform across the board, so that you can get the same service within each county or similar service. Completion of relevant information, forms and fields, intake form, logs, walk-ins, appointments, and substantive interactions, claimant information and responsibility and liability form, which is an agreement between the CVSO and the veteran client that they understand the process and they know what's their responsibility and what's the CVSO's responsibility. Other protocols deemed effective, operational effectiveness and efficiency. Only accredited veteran service officers in compliance with this policy are authorized full unrestricted access and claims management system, which means that assistants, secretaries, and such are not permitted to submit claims within application within our state and federal VA. Quick overview of this. CVSOs are now required to be hired employees of the county, no longer appointed for 4 years. CVSO's office hours must maintain at least 1,000 hours, which is roughly 20 hours per week. Updated and posted office hours on the door and on our database that we maintain on our website. Appropriate internet connection and office technology that they need, and utilization of all the claims management system software again. Utilization of the PIV card, which allows the CVSO to look into the federal database for the veteran as their accredited representative and see the entire VA file, all their military records, any claims that they may have filed in the past. Very useful tool. They must have private office space to conduct confidential information, appointments and discussions, and other security standards and office protocols that are uniform across all 92 counties. Required to attend IDVA annual training, which there is a 4-day training in the summer and a 1-day training in the spring and 1-day training in the fall, and they are required to attend these trainings to maintain their continuing education units. It will also include certain required online trainings and proficiency examinations. New CVSOs are required to reach out to us for their orientation and accreditation. And through the claims management system, they'll capture client data and generate generic forms that'll be useful for, like Dylan's report that he has. And that will become our. We're going to be required to brief county commissioners twice a year, and that will be the briefing. Will be more of a performance. Hoorah! These are the great things we're kind of doing for the CVSOs, and there are outreach expectations and other various data entry that's never been done before. But I would like to pay you a high compliment. Dylan and his crew are in 100% compliance with this law, even before this law was written. They're in compliance or they're working towards that. Angela Walker is currently has an application pending for accreditation and her PIV card. So I'd like to pay you a high compliment. Thank you for all you do for our veterans across our state and in our country.
Thank you. We take it very seriously, and we've had a list of some very qualified veteran service officers. And we're proud of Dylan and the work he does in that office up there.
Ron, what you just read sparked a question with me. In the past, some of our adjacent counties have not had veteran service officers. Brown County didn't have one for many years. Do they have one now?
They do, and to my knowledge, they've had one for many years. Ron,
one of our adjacent counties, I thought didn't, because they would.
I thought it was Jennings.
It wasn't that they didn't have one. We just had several clients that would come here instead. So all counties will be required to have an officer now.
Yes, and it professionalizes the offices across the board and has certain requirements, causing people to utilize the technology, because you can't really get through the applications without technology.
So does say our county have the ability to serve people from other counties?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, and part of what Ron does sometimes is over the Southeast District, he can transfer different files from different counties. And to my knowledge, we're still assisting some folks from kind of our neighboring counties. Other counties have kind of locked it down to just their county, but we still have those that come, and we have the ability because of the system to assist them.
Yeah, and that makes sense. That if they work here, it's easier to come and use our services, and that's what I was remembering wrong. I thought they didn't have one, but it was that we had several clients utilizing our office.
Correct.
Okay. Absolutely, and we're a family within the Southeast District. We all know each other. We get together for trainings and stuff, and one county might have somebody that is off sick, and the other counties pitch in to send your clients to us, and we'll help out until whatever situation happens or whatever. So it's very common that people cross county lines to get services.
Excellent.
Their life goes in different directions.
Thank you for
Okay.
that. Does anyone else have any questions for Mr. Higgins or for Dylan?
Appreciate you taking the time to come in.
We appreciate you greatly.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
Thank you
it.
very much. Happy Easter, everyone.
Thank you.
All right. Last item on our agenda here is consideration of a change order number 1 for Bartholomew County Fairgrounds storage buildings. Steve Rubel is not here today, but that's okay. And Rick Trimpe is out as well. But we can muddle through this. We are building a storage facility out at the fairgrounds to serve all of the county government departments. And Larry Moore Construction is building that. He gave some suggestions for some change orders that he thought would add quite a bit of value and time onto our building life expectancy. Some additions, some deductions. So we had included permacolumn foundations, but he suggested removing those and putting a continuous concrete footing around the whole thing. That adds $24,560. Remove R19 fiberglass from exterior walls and use open cell spray foam. Instead, that adds $1,800, and add condensed stop moisture management system to the roof panels. That adds $16,206. Modify the thickness of the roof siding and wainscoting building panels from a 26 to a 29 gauge. That deducts $16,586, and remove 4 unnecessary exterior man doors, and that deducts $7,400. So the total net change is an addition of $18,580. The original contract price was $740,350, quite a bit below what we estimated, by the way. And the addition makes it $758,930.
Totally support these, Tony. The building will last much longer with that foundation change.
Less maintenance.
So I'm glad to see it. The footer instead of a permacolumns every 10 feet. It'll be a really positive change.
Likewise, these are all positive changes that will add to the life of the building. So I'd make a motion we go ahead and consider this change order number 1 for this building.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion passes. Okay, that ends our agenda. Quick note, county offices will be closed this Friday, April 3rd, in observance of Good Friday. And with that, does anyone else have anything to share with the commissioners? No, we're not very sharing today. Okay. We are adjourned. We'll see you back here next Monday. Thank you all. Have a wonderful Easter weekend.